Hello everyone, Cheryl here, and today I'm going to show you how I style my hair with the bedhead curling iron. And I just love bedhead. Most of my stuff is bedhead for some reason. But anyway, so let's get into it. So the first thing that I do is I section my hair so that there's more control with the styling. And then I comb this out. Well, I am in the, my hair is a little shorter than I prefer. And so I'm in the process of trying to grow it out. And hopefully I won't damage it too much. Doing all the styling that I do with it. But you know what? You want to make sure you're using a heat protector. Okay, and so this is a type of curling iron for doing waves or curls. I leave this little piece out. And I need to spray it in between because I have very fine hair that does not hold a curl. So I just do little like vertical sections throughout my hair when I do this style. There's going to be an art to this, to showing you, to being able to get it, show you how I do it. Doing it on camera. But I'm sure I'll learn as I go. Okay, so now to the next section. I've always enjoyed doing hair. Ever since I was a kid, I would always do everybody's hair. And then I went to school to be a hairdresser. So it's always been something that I've really enjoyed doing. And because I am growing my hair out, I don't leave this on very long for very tight curls. They'll be more like loose waves because I don't want to damage my hair. So if you're growing your hair out too, make sure that you're using heat protective and being really careful with your hair. Especially if you're like me and you have fine, very fine hair. I have very, very fine hair in which I have to do things to add volume. Okay, next section. I find that it gets easier for me as I get up to the top layers to curl. I'm a struggle with the bottom. And you have to be careful, really careful, that you don't turn it off. Sometimes it's so easy to click that little thing. I just accidentally clicked it off. So now it's got to heat up again. And another thing too is I put it on medium. I don't put it on very high. If you have thicker, coarser hair, you can put it up at a higher heat. But for people with very fine hair, you want to have it either on low or medium. I'll have to come back to that one piece. It's not wanting to curl. Maybe this has enough time to heat up. And then I clicked it off again. There. That was a good one. Spray it to keep it in. Okay, and you just keep this one little piece out and hold it while you hold it in. Yeah, and I'm just getting like a loose type of a wave. Nothing real drastic. Just to give my hair some volume. Okay, so I'm going to do the last top section. Okay, so now what you want to do is take your hands and just kind of break it up a little. And I have a side bang that I like, and I just keep that kind of straight. I don't put wave in that. So then you take your hands and you pull your hair up and just back comb for some volume in the crown. I always back comb in my crown for volume. And I use my hands a lot. Okay, and I have my extreme spray. So I like to use my hands and break it up a little and give it a really nice, beautiful wave. This is one of my favorite styles and my favorite bedhead tools. And then I take this comb for height and just kind of style with it. And there you go. It's kind of, I kind of like the messy look. And then another, thing I do is especially, it gets real hot where I'm living right now, so I like to also pull it up. Show you how that can look, because that's what I end up doing, is pulling it up when it gets hot out. And doing this style just, gives it a lot of volume for that. And just to show you how that looks. And so you can wear it up, you can wear it down any way you like. It's just, very, very convenient and fast, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope that you'll subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and you have a wonderful day.